Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Beatrice Harris. Beatrice is a writer, Hudson Valley poet, podcaster, and blogger. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Beatrice Harris. Beatrice, welcome.
Hello.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Where was I? I was pretty much in a dark place. Like I said, I'm medically disabled, and sometimes it has an effect on you. What happened was in 2018, I suffered a medical issue which actually almost killed me. My husband and my brother went out of their way to save my life, and I thank them every day. And what inspired me was something that borders on spirituality. I was given a very powerful message. I've been into activism for a very, very long time. And apparently, I wasn't exactly being listened to. I was being silenced because I'm not making any waves. Look at my skin, look at my socioeconomic status. So I decided to start my podcast, Cosmic Collision, in November of 2018. The very first episode was called The Lies Within because, well, not everybody knows exactly what's going on. So 3 years later, I'm over 2,400 plays. I've written over 153 episodes and counting. And I'm just, trying to send a message to humanity in general that I think we should look into certain things a little deeper to figure out exactly why we have such a high rate of poverty, homelessness, and whatnot.
Hmm. What are the top three mistakes to avoid?
For one, don't parrot off of certain messages. Make your own brand. Be your own person. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I see every day. Second, don't look for monetization too soon because you don't know how that's going to play out. And number three, do not let the opposition get to you. There's going to be a lot of people out there who's going to want to see you fail, see you fall off. They're just who they are.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
So I run a Facebook page called the Environmental Alliance, and I received a phone call from Spectrum News saying that they wanted to do an interview with me concerning the contaminated water in the city of Newburgh. I did do that, but what I didn't realize is media these days, they tend to change up the story a little bit. So I was actually looked at as a very angry Black woman on TV. And I learned the hard way that, well, media could do one of two things. It could make you famous or it can utterly destroy you and your credibility.
Mm.
So I recovered by becoming a podcaster, and I have reached more people than I ever could just being interviewed. I have been in the Huffington Post, Times Herald Record, Vice, Vox, about all about the contamination in the city of Newburgh. I have been like in the media basically, and it didn't make much of an impact. So I kind of stepped back and became a podcaster.
What are your top three success secrets that others can model from?
The very first top three success secrets is success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. You need to have patience, a lot of patience. And there are a lot of lucky people who like made over 100,000 one night and 1 million and overnight. It's all by chance.
Mm.
Number two, think about what you want out of your life, not what others want for you. Think about what you want out of your life. Number three, number three is be very careful. Be very careful about certain um, ads talking about success secrets and how it can make you X amount of money in a matter of days. That doesn't really happen. The reality is it takes months, sometimes years to get it right. And when you do, it's second nature, but it does not happen overnight.
Wonderful. We are about to get into lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Beatrice, are you ready?
Yes,
What are you grateful for today?
being alive, being married to a wonderful man, and doing what I do.
How young are you?
I'm 32 years young.
You are not 32, Beatrice. You are 18 years old with 14 years experience.
32. I'm 32.
You are
What do
not
you
you are
what
not
do I
30.
want
You are not 32. You are 18 years old with 14 years of experience.
Oh, okay. I can go with that.
What you want to do when you grow up?
Well, I hope to be a big success by the time I'm maybe like 40, because like I said, it takes a lot of time and you start early, you work hard at it,
Mhm.
you don't fall off, you don't completely forget about it. And I'm hoping to be pretty stable by 40. I'm setting a 8-year goal.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
I have to remember that there are other people out there who got it way worse than me, who are dealing with their own battles, their own issues, especially when it comes to politics and in some cases religion.
How do you start your day?
I start my day by 5 minutes meditation. I lay down, I close my eyes, I think about, okay, what am I going to do today that won't be too taxing on my body because I am disabled? And what do I look to accomplish for that day? I take it one day at a time.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
Don't trust everyone that you meet and start trusting your instincts a lot more because if you don't, you probably wind up like me.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I simply explain the parameters, the concepts, and the content.
What is the impactful book you had read and what did you learn from it?
The impactful book that I read was Developing the Leader in You by George Maxwell. And what I learned is there's different types of leaders, and I definitely don't want to be at least three of them.
Is it a George Maxwell or John Maxwell?
George, either, yeah, it's John. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's John Maxwell.
John C. Maxwell, is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, okay, wonderful. Why being impactful is important to you?
It's important to make an impact, especially in the right way. If you know exactly what you're doing, you know exactly what you're looking for, being impactful, it helps. It helps a lot, especially when you're not as popular as celebrities these days, and making an impact as a typical common person, it lights you up. It makes you want to do more. It inspires you.
Who is your mentor and what's the impact?
My mentor, his name is Hayden Wayne. He's a librettist, a musician, and a poet himself. I met him 3 years ago. And to this day, he continues to inspire me. He continues to help me master my work because I am a poet. It's kind of like rough around the edges. And up to now, I've made a very big impact in the poetry community.
What you want to do, what you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for one, I wasn't easily corrupted. And I always believed in and loved humanity, no matter what.
Who is your ideal client?
My ideal client. Well, that's a tough one because it depends on what my client is looking for, what my client wants to do. I have actually had my own interviews with my podcast, and they're looking for the same thing. They want to help out humanity. They want to um, try and protect as
Mhm.
many innocent people as possible.
How can we support you?
Well, I definitely could use some some tips.
Yeah,
And you know, I just want to go further. I want to go onward and upward. That's
yeah,
what my mission is.
yeah. Onward and upward. Please follow you. How they can follow you on Instagram at Ms. MIZZV 34.
Yep.
Go and follow, give a love a follow on Instagram. And we are about to wrap up. I like to have a few words about your today's guest experience on the show. Here's my question: what would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
It was absolutely amazing. It was great. You were very hospitable, and I definitely enjoyed myself.
What would you say as a final word?
My final word to everyone that's watching is humanity has to be its own awakening. Like there are a lot of gurus and a lot of people out there saying that you can just have life, to have the life that you want in 10 minutes. That's not true. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Beatrice, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.